Hey guys, so today I'm going to be looking at more Am I Wrong stories. Yeah, let's just get right into the video. My wife is currently battling cancer, and one of the things she's told me she's struggling with the most was losing her hair. She's been given a near 100% chance of survival since we caught it early, but the chemotherapy has destroyed her hair anyway, and she had to shave what was left of it off a few weeks ago. Not long after that, she suggested we attempt to get our 16-year-old daughter, Anna, to do so as well. Anna has very long hair that she puts a lot of care into, but I thought it was appropriate to ask her in private if she wanted to or would be willing to do such a thing. She told me that she didn't want to cut her hair, and I figured that was the end of that. Wait, what mum would do that though? However, yesterday they came home from a girls' shopping trip, something they do every so often, and Anna had a buzzed haircut. That struck me as odd after what she'd said. So after dinner, I talked to her and she told me that my wife had said she would never forgive Anna if she didn't show her support by buzzing her head. I asked her if she was happy about it and she said she wasn't. When I went to bed, I brought it up with my wife and she said it was Anna's choice to or not. I just told her how I'd see the situation. I told her off, saying she needs to respect Anna's personal choices and that a 17-year-old girl being against shaving her head wasn't exactly out of the ordinary. However, my wife simply said it was to show support for her. I've been sleeping on the couch since. I love my wife and I understand that she's going through something traumatic. However, her attitude comes off as very manipulative to me, and that's not behavior I feel I can personally accept. I'm not sure if I can move past this to continue the relationship. What in the frickities? She literally threatened her daughter. She was like, if you don't shave off your head, I'm never going to forgive you. I mean, why would you even be happy with that? You know, it's like you're forcing someone to do something. Like, how are you going to be happy? It's just like making your partner do something versus they want to do something because they love you. There's a big difference. Like, you don't even feel good when you force someone to do something. What the hell? It's just like that meme where you're like, I want you to get me flowers because you want to get me flowers. No, get me flowers because I'm telling you that I want you to get me flowers. Holy, like, I'm sorry she has cancer and it's very sad, right? But like, why would you do that to your own kid? Honestly, if Anna stops talking to her own mum, I would understand why. Jeez, like, there are other ways to show support. Seriously, and 17 years old, your hair is freaking everything to you. Like, at the end of the day, the daughter shaving her head does nothing. Like, I guess it's a sign of support, but like, you force your own kid to do that. So it's not really a sign of support anymore. Like, there are so many other ways for her to go about it, and this was not the right way. Alright, moving on. My wife graduated medical school in 2021. They had a graduation party since everyone was vaccinated, but it was pretty small due to a recent outbreak there. You could only bring one guest and you had to socially distance again. Her medical school decided to invite the pandemic graduates to this year's graduation event. They planned this all out pretty last minute, only giving 3 weeks notice that it was happening. But my wife was very excited about it. She gets paid crumbs and works long hours as a resident, so I get why she wanted to relax and have fun. The issue is that I have a huge work trip the next day that had been planned for months. I don't travel a lot for work, so they went all out to make this comfortable. My wife wanted to come with me, so my company comped her flight and we were going to make a vacation out of it after my presentations. We were flying out the night of the party to ensure I made it on time for the meetings the next day. I told my wife we shouldn't go to the redo event since we had to fly out and it would be very tight. She insisted we go since the party started at 3 p.m. and our flight left at 9 p.m. But the gala was 1.5 hours away from the airport. We made a plan to leave at 5:30 p.m, pack everything in our car beforehand so we could go straight to the airport. But by 5:30, she just started saying goodbye. I told her we needed to leave as soon as possible, but she said no, we don't have to be 2 hours early for our flight, etc. Around 6 p.m, this guy from med school who had a crush and asked her out multiple times grabbed her hand and pulled her to another table. I went up to them and told him he needed to back off. He said I needed to treat her better and let her enjoy herself. I looked at my wife, but she ignored me. At that point, I decided I wasn't going to try and convince her to stick to her word anymore. I told her I was leaving for the airport and took our car. There was a ton of traffic and security was a mess, so I only had a few minutes to spare before getting on the plane. She texted me horrible things. I never responded or engaged, but she kept texting me how I was horrible and don't understand what it's like to have COVID ruin a huge moment for you. I disagree. She still had a graduation party. It's not my fault she didn't get to dance. I don't see what the huge deal was, and she conversely thinks she didn't understand that this would cost me my job if I missed the flight. And since I make up around 70% of our income, we would essentially be homeless. We We've been on tense terms since this happened in June. She brings it up a lot and is recommending therapy so I can learn how to behave in a marriage. But I don't think we need it since she's the one who caused this whole problem in the first place and should take accountability for that first. But am I way off here? What in the world? What's wrong with a wife? They already made a plan to leave at 5:30 or something, right? Then stick to the plan. Oh my god, I actually hate people like that. You know, when you're like, okay, we're gonna leave by this time, and then they don't want to leave by that time. Like, okay, then you stay, I'm gonna leave. And then they're gonna get mad that you leave. Oh gosh, like seriously, like what is wrong with you? Man, some people just want to socialize so much, man. Like what the heck? I just want to go home, okay? You know when your extrovert friend just knows everybody at the party and you're just like following them around because they need to say hi and bye to everyone? But yeah, this wife though, the fact that she's like, you need therapy. No, you need therapy. Like what the heck? You need to learn how to manage your time, girl. That's what you need to learn. And the fact that he was just so nice to her. He even let her stay till 6 p.m, like an extra 30 minutes. And he's literally flying for his job. He wasn't going to fly for a vacation. He literally needs to be there. You know, he could have lost his job, but she's like, I just want to talk to my, what was that? Who was that? Someone who liked her. Seriously, so sad because it would have been a nice vacation after he did all his presentations. But what, she just wanted to chat more with that guy and she's mad at him. What the heck, man? I don't get some people. My husband and I are pregnant. We're happy about it, but it's all happened so fast, so we didn't discuss details before. Today, while we were fantasizing about our future, I kind of wistfully said the full name of our baby, gender neutral first name we chose, and my last name. He was upset and asked why I assumed they would take my name. I said it was because I thought he didn't care about his last name, whereas my last name is very important to me. Context: I never changed my last name when we got married because in my culture, this is uncommon, and my name also has a very cultural and historical significance. I'm extremely proud of it, and I'm also very close with my extended family. My husband has no relationship with his family, as his parents abandoned him due to his uncle who abused him for years until he moved in with me. When we were getting married, he wanted to change his last name to mine because he feels like my family is his real family, which I was okay with, but eventually we decided he doesn't need to go through that hassle since he's a part of our family regardless. He's never expressed any type of interest in his heritage, Irish. Even when I suggested we go visit Ireland, he was uninterested. But now he said people would think the kid is not his, and that it's disrespectful to have kids and not take the father's last name. I was confused because he has never expressed any sentiment before. I told him my last name is non-negotiable, so we can hyphenate it. He was resistant, since both our last names are clunky and long, but eventually he said only if his names come first. I got really annoyed after his implication that there's something wrong with taking the mom's last name, so maybe I was a little petty and said suits me, that way people would think your name is just a middle name and mine is their last name. He told me I was being an asshole and left the house. It's been a couple of hours and he's responding to my text with one-word responses. Oh. I don't even know what to say about this. But honestly though, I feel like she should have communicated with him first, or like told him, or like asked him, you know, just like talk about it. Like, oh, what about our kid's last name? You know, instead of just being like, my kid is gonna have my last name. I get why he's upset though, I do. Because I guess by the context, it feels like he's never really felt important, like his family last name. So maybe he wants it to be important when he has a kid, right? So the kid can also have his last name, and then, you know, he'll feel good about it too. And the kid can have both last names. I mean, it's already solved, isn't it? Like the kid is gonna take both the last names. But I guess he just feels sad because it does feel like this girl feels like her last name is more important. But I also understand where she's coming from because he's been saying that he doesn't want his last name. So she's thinking he doesn't even like his last name anyways because he wanted to take her last name. So she's thinking the kid is gonna have her last name. Man, it's just a communication issue, honestly. Like this is just a minor problem and they can solve it easily. So yeah. Good luck to them. Well, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me in the comments down below what your thoughts are. And as always, thanks for watching. Hope you guys liked it. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.